You are invited to the Midwinter Gala in the city of Splendors. Among the jovial festivities, a sinister mystery waits to be unwrapped. Perhaps you could be the one to save this merry night and bring it cheer. Dungeons & Dragons Winter Splendor is a holiday adventure one-shot written by Ashley Warren. It was originally published on the DM's Guild but was released in Wizards of the Coast Dragon magazine. In the description, I'll provide some links to the adventure if you're interested in playing it, as it is completely free. It's a short 2 to 3 hour campaign that has you investigate a mystery occurring in the estate of the Castlelanters. Join me as we explore the story of Dungeons & Dragons Winter Splendor. Chapter 1: Breaking the Ice. 'Twas a night of celebration when you arrive at the Sea Ward in the city of Waterdeep. Wheels of carriages and drays crunch over the freshly fallen snow, delivering visitors from across the city to the Sea Ward. Despite the frigid temperature, the atmosphere is warm and jovial. Red velvet-covered tents line the streets and merchants offer treats and trinkets. The air is filled with the voices of carolers and the scent of spiced pastries and mulled wine. Everybody on the street is excited for the upcoming Midwinter Gala. The Midwinter Gala is an extravagant affair that lasts for a 10-day. The festivities include a bustling outdoor holiday market and special performances at the Castlelantern Villa, which the Castlelanters have graciously opened to the public for the duration of the holiday. The people are especially excited for the upcoming performance at the Castlelantern Villa. They all speak highly of the visiting bard, Arya Cavatina, whose angelic voice is famous. When the time comes, they urge you to join them as they make their way to watch the performance, and you agree. At 3 p.m., when the sun is beginning to lower in the sky, the doors of the Castlelantern Villa open. A servant of the household steps forward and heralds the start of the performance in the villa by sounding off on the trumpet. You and the crowd cluster in the entrance hall, and the servant leads you to the ballroom on the second floor. The doors remain open to allow the overflow audience to trickle into the villa. The villa, as always, is well fortified with guards at every turn. The guards are private hires of the Castlelanters and are there to prevent guests from wandering around the estate. In addition to the private guards, the city watch is on hand, among which is Captain Justus Staggett. The owners of the home, Amalia and Victorio Castlelantern, are dressed in opulent winter finery and smile warmly at the crowd. Their 8-year-old twin children, Terenzio and Elzarina, squirm in their freshly starched holiday clothes. You note that Elzarina looks anxious. She glances around the crowd, then over her shoulder and nervously at her parents. Balled in her fist is a crumpled piece of paper. Amalia introduces the performer, opera singer Arya Cavatina. Arya is beautiful and statuesque, with vivid red hair that contrasts her silvery white skin. When she sings, her eyes glow a mesmerizing sapphire and shimmering wings sprout from her back. Arya is famous across Faerun, and hosting her is considered a great honor. After the introduction, silence from the crowd follows as Arya begins to sing. She sings an opening song, elevating a familiar holiday tune. Radiant light fills the room and enraptures the audience. It is a soft, warm light that makes the Castlelantern's decor gleam and shimmer. Her voice is bright and clear, and you are encaptured by it. The crowd watches in silence. Even the ordinary children have gone quiet to watch her with open mouths. After the opening song, Arya extends her arms, heralding the start of another song, but suddenly stumbles and lets out a blood-curdling scream. As you look on in horror, you notice a bright red imp has glommed onto the back of Arya's neck. Immediately, the crowd ascends to a hysteric mess. The city watch rushes to Arya's side, wrestles the imp off of her, and defeats it before it can cause more harm. As the crowd panics, Captain Staggett steps forward. With a booming voice, he commands the city watch and the private guards to shut down the festivities. Captain Staggett shuts the front doors, locking everyone inside. "No one is allowed to leave until we can conduct an investigation," he says. As the guards stabilize Arya, Captain Staggett calls out to the crowd and urges anyone willing to help with the investigation to step forward. You decide it'd be best for you to help and volunteer yourself to help in the investigation. Before you set off to investigate, you notice a piece of crumpled paper near the imp's body. It's a page torn from a children's book. You pocket the page for now and approach Captain Staggett to help them. Captain Staggett thanks you for aiding them and tasks you with finding out why an imp has suddenly appeared in the Castlelantern Villa. The sooner they can sleuth out the culprit, the sooner the festivities can resume. Chapter 2: Where There's Smoke. Captain Staggett discusses with you that it is of great importance that you find out what's going on and grants you permission to access the entirety of the Castlelantern Villa. Upon hearing this, the residents of the villa, Amalia and Victorio, protest. They request that you be limited to only the main compound as they wouldn't want you to wander out of sight and get hurt. From their demeanor, you can detect a bit of worry regarding allowing you to explore too much of their estate. Captain Staggett eventually agrees with them that it would be dangerous for you to get separated from the rest. As they have their discussion, you notice Elzarina, the Castellanter's young daughter, seems especially frightened. She noticed the note that you've picked up in your pockets and lets out a squeak before clamping her hands over her mouth. Observing this strange behavior, you step away from the company to investigate the note. When observing the note, you find it to be instructions to open a one-way portal from the Nine Hells, concealed to that of a children's story. It appears Elzarina must have somehow opened this portal and brought about these evil beings. On the back of the paper reveals the culprit of this attack. It is a drawing of an ancient symbol tagged with the name Asmodeus, Lord of the Nine Hells. It seems that the instructions on the note requires one to assemble a variety of toys in a certain formation. Additionally, this must be done at an altar located in a nearby cemetery called the City of the Dead. You decide to confront Elzarina about it and make your way to question her. When you do, she immediately admits everything. Elzarina tells you that she inadvertently activated the puzzle by reading the story aloud. This action summoned one imp named Chernok. On Chernok's urging, Elzarina placed 7 marbles and 2 barrettes in a specific pattern on the circular rug in her room, activating part of the sigil. This summoned another imp called Brimtoe. Brimtoe escaped the room while Elzarina was in the ballroom, and when he caught a glimpse of the celestial Aria Cavatina, he felt compelled to attack her. Now knowing that the sigil has been partially activated, you must fully expend the sigil before it can close. You make your way to the twins' bedroom to gather the rest of the toys to complete the portal. Upon entering, you find that the twins' bedroom contains 2 beds, once for each child. In the middle of the room is a circular area rug where Elzarina activated the sigil. Scattered on the rug are 2 hair barrettes and 7 marbles. At the foot of each bed is a large ornate toy chest. Elzarina's toy chest is a shiny white with gold handles. You open the chest, searching for the toys necessary for the ritual. While rummaging through, you spot an imp, poorly pretending to be a toy nutcracker. This is Chernok. He is bedecked in a soldier's uniform, complete with the soldier's hat, golden epaulets, and a hole cut in the back of his tiny trousers to accommodate his tail. He is a clever little trickster and eager to socialize, even aiding you in collecting the correct toys. Chernok wishes for his friends to join him in the material plane, and aiding you will help him in that goal. You collect the correct toys and return to Captain Staggett to inform him of what you learned. Chapter 3: Silent Night, Devil's Light. Once you reach Captain Staggett, you inform him of the sigil and how the toys must be assembled at an altar in the City of the Dead. He ponders for a moment before allowing you to leave the Castellanter's villa, but requests that you return afterwards to confirm that the issue has been resolved. You exit the gates of the Castellanter's villa and venture across Waterdeep to the City of the Dead. Once you arrive, you see a cemetery lit with the street lamps that are sporadically placed throughout the area. Despite its purpose as a cemetery, it is not the spooky, haunted locale that visitors may assume. Waterdavians treat the City of the Dead like a public park or outdoor museum and enjoy spending time there in the warmer seasons. However, in the winter, it is too cold for sensible folk to spend much time outside, and the City of the Dead is empty. Inside the park, you spot a strange stone sculpture. The statue depicts a little girl with wings. She holds a candelabra with 9 candles. At first glance, the child appears celestial, but you notice that the wings are spindly and webbed like a bat's wing. When you approach the statue, the candles begin to glow a vivid, angry orange. Embedded in the ground in front of the statue is a circular stone slab. You place the toys on the slab in the correct placement, fully activating the sigil. It appears in a bright orange and summons a spine devil. The spine devil is named Koluchki, and he addresses you, looking around for Elzarina. Regardless of your answer, Koluchki quickly becomes impatient and turns hostile and attacks. You battle with the spine devil, defeating it and sending the devil back to the Nine Hells. Once Koluchki has been defeated, you make your way to the sigil and deactivate it. Upon doing so, the ripped note you found earlier begins to disintegrate and then disappears. Having closed the portal, you decide it is best to return to the Castellanter's villa and report to Captain Staggett. When you report what has happened, the Castellanters and Captain Staggett thank you for your help. They instruct you to go to the ballroom to conclude the night. Here, you find the bard, Arya, now fully healed. She takes her place once again on the dais to finish her performance. Her beautiful voice fills the chamber, engulfing the audience in the pleasant light that warms without burning. After the performance, you spend the rest of your time enjoying yourself in the Midwinter Gala. Hello everyone! Thank you for watching my story overview of Winter Splendor. I thought I'd put out a small and short holiday adventure for y'all since I think it's a fun little adventure to run, especially since it's free. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it and hope y'all are enjoying your holidays. Thanks!